This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist Evan Thomason.
Good morning to you. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Evan Thomason. Hopefully you having a fantastic Wednesday. Welcome on. Again, I'm meteorologist Evan Thomason. Hope you're having a great Wednesday so far here today. Maybe making the most. Making the most. What am I trying to say? Hopefully you are staying warm. I was going to say hopefully you're making the most of the cold temperatures. If you want to do that, sure, be my guest. Because guess what? We're warming up. That's our big trend here for the rest of this week. But, it's going to be a little difficult. That's going to be a little difficult to stay warm here today, especially with how cold this morning was. My goodness. We had feels like temperatures down as low as 7 in Shreveport, officially making it this morning the coldest morning in the Arklatex out of this entire winter. That kind of goes with the theme of what everybody around the Southeast is dealing with this cold temperatures and the leftovers of snow yesterday, yes. I was mentioning on the show today just some unusual first words spoken in Arklatex history. It's snowing everywhere in Louisiana but here. Or it's not snowing here in the Arklatex, but it's snowing everywhere else in Louisiana. Or if you want to go catch the snow, you got to go south of here. Quite unusual catchphrases. I think at the end of yesterday, we still had ended up with around a half inch to an inch in Natchitoches, somewhere around that. I think half inch to an inch, somewhere between there. Some other areas, that far south, got a trace amounts of snow to where it kind of showed up, at least, and you could recognize it just by looking at the ground that say, hey, it snowed, but it definitely didn't accumulate very much. Unlike Alexandria. Alexandria picked up a good bit around there. The heaviest snowfall, obviously, way down on I-10, and they are still reaping from that storm. Now comes, I guess, the harder part, which is cleaning up, especially the roadways. You know, it's a nice, pretty sight. Trust me, I love snow. I actually do. It's a pretty sight, number one. You get to make snowmen, number two, sledding. I also love skiing as well. So I saw some videos of that on Bourbon Street yesterday, too. But the roadways are definitely of concern. I will say that. I think 80 to 90% of I-10 in Louisiana is still shut down completely. I know crews are definitely doing their best with LADOTD to clear everything up, but it's a mess down there. Thankfully, I will say the drive to Alexandria is much better. That was even problemsome during this time yesterday. So you can get down to Alexandria, but once you go farther south of Alexandria, that's when you really start to run into more issues for now. So, yeah. Anyways, back here in the Arklatex, we're starting a warming trend, and everybody else is across the region too, which eventually the snow will melt. But the problem is eventually they're trying to get those roads opened as soon as they can, and especially with the bitter cold morning that we had in the Arklatex, Lafayette, Louisiana was down to a temperature of 4 degrees this morning. 4. So, I mean, it's everywhere around region-wide here in the Arklatex for us. But thankfully, this morning, guess what? We're done with cooling things on down. That was the worst of it, was this morning. We get to say we're done with that. It's a thing of the past. And now we are starting the warming trend. Key word, starting. Don't expect it to be 60 degrees tomorrow or the next day, maybe even the day after that. But this is going to be a slow, gradual warming trend, and for the next couple of days. Our greatest two increases in days where we increase the temperatures is really going to be between today and tomorrow, and also in a Friday. Those 3 days are really going to significantly warm us up here and for the next week or so. All right, so let's get into what we're talking about here for today. For the local forecast, it's all about the warmer temperatures. Eventually, we will talk about rain returning, our next wet maker, our next precipitation maker, I should say. Should be just giving us rain because we do have warmer temperatures in the forecast. Eventually, rain is looking to come back within our 7 days. We're going to tell you when exactly that's going to happen. And even though it is getting warmer, we'll still have a good amount of wind chill over the next several days. We're going to talk about how that works. Because I know people say, well, why do you differentiate between the actual temperature and the feels like temperature? Well, there's a little science lesson to that. We're going to go into the science of it all and break it all down. One more disclaimer before we get into the first low weather breakdown forecast. For those of you here, because CJ Cartledge was going to be here originally, I thought he was too, but then I realized TikTok, which specifically, obviously TikTok is back, but here's the KSLA News 12. We're not taking kind of any chances. We're still kind of putting, we're still putting most of kind of TikTok in general on a pause with our station as of right now. So we can't have TikTok content with CJ. So overall, CJ is kind of put on hold away from the podcast here for the moment, at least for today. So we'll check back in next week and see if he can be back on / will be back on. We'll let you know. Regardless, let's get into the forecast here for today. It's a beautiful, lovely day around the Architects. John Harvey Toyota Skycam in Bossier City. Do you see a cloud in the sky on that Skycam? Because I don't think so. I mean, if you see any clouds where you are, let me know. But it should be overall a completely sunny day with no clouds, which thus means no precipitation here in the Arklatex expected here throughout your Wednesday. And some of that abundant sunshine is what's helping to lead us to warmer temperatures here overall over the next several days, actually, here for us in the Arklatex as I go ahead and get control of my graphics. There we go. So current conditions around, we had lows this morning, again in the teens. Actual temperatures in the teens, with feels like temperatures between the lower teens and the single digits. It was wild. Now that we've reached 10:30, it has warmed up into the lower 30s. With lots of sunshine still in the air. That's, yes, deceiving. So it's still a little cold out, certainly this morning. But we're leading into certainly a warmer afternoon in the Arklatex. And again, that's going to jumpstart us on a nice warming trend over the next several days here locally for us. And then our big long-term theme, our long-term headline, is that rain will eventually come back. It's going to come back on Sunday, our next chance of precipitation. And again, that's only going to bring us rain showers with that warming trend coming back through here. And I will say, once rain starts on Sunday, we could have a number of some slightly rainy days, even carrying it early next week. So things are looking very rainy, wet, and warm, I will say, for the overall 12-day forecast as well, beyond the next 7 days. So enjoy the sunshine, I will say, while it lasts. We'll get to that a little more exclusively in just a moment. But our cold blast this morning, that's being shoved away by Thursday. By tomorrow afternoon, we're especially going to start to feel a lot more comfortable. You'll feel a lot more in the air. Today, yes, we're increasing the temperatures for yesterday, but again, we do that just as much here into the day for tomorrow compared to today. So warm temperatures, especially going to be felt here just in time for the weekend. I would not be surprised to see some high temperatures even reach or eclipse 60 degrees by the weekend. So that'll be nice. A lot more warmer, a lot more comfortable temperatures around the Arklatex, especially for winter standards. I know you would still consider, some of you would still consider 60s bitter cold, but it's better than what we have right now. If you notice where that warm, the warm batch of air is coming from, it's coming from the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to bring up moist air along with it, especially this weekend. And that's what's going to trigger some of those rain showers coming back here. All right, so feels like temperatures again. Upper 30s here today. Just so you know, yesterday they were in the upper 20s if you were out and around the town. Tomorrow mornings, low temperatures down to the 20s. Still bitter cold, but thankfully not down in the single digits and teens like this morning. And then you head into Thursday morning, we get up into the 40s. And I think you understand the trend moving forward as we get back into the 20s overall for Friday. And even again, morning temperatures are going to increase even more heading into the weekend, as well as the high temperatures, too. That'll be nice. Future track, nice sunshine here for today. Maybe a few passing clouds late tonight, but overall, we're nice and sunny for the most part all the way into Saturday. Saturday, especially in the afternoon, we're going to start to gather a lot of cloud cover in the region. Eventually, pop goes the weasel, And we trigger the rain showers and storms that are going to be widespread around the Arklatex here for Sunday morning. Some of that could carry into Sunday afternoon, too. And if you notice, the rain does exit the region for the beginning of next work week, but it doesn't really, it doesn't feel like the presence of humidity isn't leaving the region. If you notice, it's still going to be looking to be pretty cloudy on Monday and Tuesday with a few nibbles of some rain potentially peeking into the region eventually. That could lead into another substantial round of rain here for the middle of next week. So, again, case in point, enjoy the sunshine while it lasts. And this is just not any ordinary rain here. We're talking rain showers. Once it starts on Sunday, we could be picking up as much as 2 to 3 inches of rain for areas of East Texas and Northwest Louisiana, with some slightly less rain totals up by Texarkana and Northeast Texas. But overall, picking up a good chunk of some rainfall here over the next 7 days. That's, again, going to start on Sunday, and our next 7 days goes until next Monday. So this is essentially between Sunday and Tuesday of next week. Most of this probably going to come on Sunday overall. So, yeah, we already have a 70% chance of some showers here for your Sunday. 20% chance of rain on Saturday. I think you'll be fine on Saturday. It's just going to be maybe a little more gloomy because of the cloud cover around, but certainly much more comfortable temperatures. You notice highs, again, in those mid-50s. Mid-50s. That'll be nice. All right, so now here's a look at your full 7-day forecast, but all together at 45 here today. Highs up to 52 for tomorrow. Mid-50s by Friday and Saturday. Then the rain comes on Sunday after a nice 3 sunny days here for today, tomorrow, and Friday. Even if a few more chances of rain creeping into your Monday and Tuesday, with highs still standing still in those 50s. All right, so let's look at your forecast here there in the Arklatex. Hopefully, oh my goodness. Hold up. I was looking at something else. I just realized my face is really zoomed in. I did not mean to do that. I'm going to be right back. I was meant to take a break after this anyways. I didn't mean to zoom in my face. I accidentally misclicked something, and I don't even know what I clicked. I'm going to figure it out during a 2-minute break. Good thing I was taking a break after this anyways. We'll talk about wind chill after this. See you after this. All right, welcome back to First Alert with a Breakdown. For those of you who noticed my camera mishap, I still have not fixed it. So, in order to not enlarge my face on your screen to where you can see my dimples and other facial features, we're just going to go to graphics here for now, which, to be fair, to be fair, the exclusive content for today was talking about wind chill, which involves the graphics anyways. I just would have loved it if I was actually on camera for this. Essentially, one thing that I can do to revert all the settings with the camera is to essentially restart the program which runs the stream. But in order to do that, that would cut the entire stream altogether, which I don't want to do. So essentially, you will not see me in person probably for the rest of this episode, which I'm sorry. But at least we can still go over our wind chill graphic here. We'll do that in just a sec, and then we'll kind of wrap up this episode right after this. So, wind chill explained. So overall, this just has to deal with body heat. That's what it has to deal with. Nothing with the temperature. I wouldn't say nothing with the temperature in the atmosphere, but we'll explain it here right now here for you. Overall, our bodies produce heat in us that usually spreads out all around us. That's why you sometimes want hugs from people. That's sometimes how you keep yourself and your body temperature warm overall. Our bodies lose this heat through convection in towards the atmosphere. Now, when there's no wind at all in the slightest, the outside temperature is what you are currently feeling like, because you get to keep all your body heat to yourself, and little to no wind, a layer of the heat remains to help keep us warm overall. But here's the problem. Once you have wind, again, the feels like temperature in that case scenario would be 20 degrees. But once you have wind, then you're actively blowing away that convection, which keeps us warm, essentially, in the Arclitex. So, yeah, essentially the heat is now going away. Instead of it surrounding our bodies, it's just completely traveling away. So now, when you have an outside temperature of 20 degrees, it feels like 4, for example. It feels much colder. So overall, the wind helps to speed up that heat loss, and it just makes us feel a lot colder overall. And it depends on kind of a combination of how cold the wind is, too. It's not necessarily that, but how cold the wind is or how warm the wind is can certainly play a little bit of a factor into it, because that'll bring in a change of temperature. But certainly how fast the wind is going is probably the thing that wind chill leans on the most, so to speak. That's very interesting, very intriguing. If you have any questions about that, it's on YouTube, or you can ask on YouTube, on our YouTube stream. But yeah, that's a pretty cool, quick explanation for you there. It all has to do with the amazement of the human body, and also thanks to the wind, which wind is a never-ending source, by the way. It's not like rain. It's not like anything else. As long as the Earth continues to spin, there will be wind. That's how it works. It works on the spin of the Earth's rotation. That's pretty cool. Little fact for you there. And normally I would just go on camera and then toss to break, but I'm going to go ahead and toss to break right now, and then we will turn back to this stream after this. I'll wrap everything up and see what you look forward to for tomorrow's episode coming up. Welcome back to First Alert Weather Breakdown. I fixed it. I'm back to normal in my virtual set. Thanks for coming on First Alert Weather Breakdown. Hope you learned something new with the wind chill here. It's certainly been a big factor for our morning cold temperatures. The feels like temperatures certainly this morning dropping as low as 7 degrees. Oh, man. Oh, man. Thankfully, we won't be seeing that for quite some time moving forward, which is good in the Arklatex. Thanks for those stopping by on YouTube, KSLA.com, wherever you're watching from. Thanks for just watching us overall. On First Alert Weather Breakdown, you give me a platform for me to be a weather nerd, which I appreciate. Just, for those of you, something that's typical, just to bring up a point that I've kind of brought up before with this episode, just in general, you don't have to watch this during its live show at 10:30. Yes, you can watch it live, and yes, you can show me comments live, also on YouTube at this time, but you can watch anytime. All these clips are always posted on our app on First Alert Weather Breakdown, so if you missed an episode, you can go back, rewatch it at any time. Pretty cool. So yeah, if you miss exclusive content, if you miss anything that you want to go back and rewatch, show other people, show friends, family, that kind of thing, pass me around the table, that kind of thing. Yeah, feel free to do that anytime. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's end this episode, shall we? If you want to send us any topics, you can send them to us. Excuse me. There it is. First Alert Weather Breakdown. KSLA News 12. It's Weather Breakdown at KSLA.com. That's our email that you can send us stuff. You can also message us on Facebook. My Facebook profile is meteorologist Evan Thomason. That's where I get all my stuff. Overall, we stream every single weekday at 10:30. If you just want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show every single day, hey, that's fine by me. I just get to talk for the more the merrier, honestly. So yeah, thanks for joining us for First Alert Weather Breakdown today. Tomorrow we have an episode at 10:30. We'll be having our Met Chat on tomorrow. Now, some of you look forward to that, and that's sometimes more of our popular episodes because it includes all four of us. All four of us here at the KSLA News 12 First Alert Weather Team. Me, CJ, Austin, and Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones. All four will be on a Met Chat here for tomorrow at 10:30. Thursday, 10:30. You be there, be square, and most importantly, be weather aware. Enjoy the sunshine today, and enjoy the warmer temperatures while they're slowly coming back. I'll talk to you later. Again, see you tomorrow. Be weather aware, and I'll see you. Peace out.